I can agree. I can agree. It's pretty bad, even though I did buy COD this year. But
No, uh, yo, where's my cow filter at though? Milk me more, Activision. Come on, dude.
what's up, guys? Welcome to One Shot, the podcast where we talk things FPS as well as gaming news in general. As always, I'm your host, CM Boom, and with me is the amazing Mike Shaky. We got a good one for you guys today. First off, Mike, how you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. While you're getting the podcast all set up, I was checking the stocks.
Are you up?
Looking good right now.
He
Looking
is
good.
looking good.
Surprisingly, but we're looking good.
He's looking good. I'm doing all right today. I'm doing actually. We had a good end to the week of our Marvel Rivals
Yeah, we
streams. We
did.
were a little rough, but the last two games we had a nice little overtime win that we kind of pulled out of our butt. Seemingly, we caught fire in the second round, and we're actually able to get out a pretty good win. But I mean, speaking of Marvel Rivals, the mid-season update happened today's time of recording. Mid-season update is out. I know this episode will be out on a Monday, but we do record these on a Friday. So mid-season updates out. New heroes are out. New patch notes, and oh man, did we get some nice changes. I don't know how you're feeling about them, but
I played a little earlier today. Only really got the chance to use Human Torch because everyone was obviously auto locking, so they could play people.
yeah,
Uh,
gonna happen.
yeah. So I probably only have like a true like 10, 15 minutes of gameplay on Human Torch. Obviously, nothing on the thing since people are auto locking again.
Yeah.
But I played against an Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I rage quit.
You rage quit?
Yeah.
Oh, that Iron Man buff coming through, making Iron Man is he a lot better
I
now?
didn't read the notes far enough in to even see that he got one, but he was using his normal like beam.
Yeah, that got buffed.
And yeah. And we're like 5 feet from each other. So like I'm dead.
Oh my
And I literally just have a little shotgun, basically, and I'm
Yeah.
just peppering him as he's just like, "Oh, you're dead," as soon as
Yeah.
he sees me. So that's something.
Yeah, I haven't
But
played yet.
otherwise, when I didn't play against Iron Man, when I was playing against a Human Torch or Storm, I was doing good.
Awesome.
Or just in general, was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem too broken, which is
Human Torch.
nice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times those trailers can be a little misleading. Which I mean, they're supposed to
Mhm.
make the character look overpowered and like really, really good. But yeah, that's I haven't played yet. I'm sure by the time this comes out, I will have played. I mean, we'll obviously be streaming it. Human Torch does look really interesting. I was actually really excited because I'm one of the people that I'm like, ooh, more flyers. I think we need more flyers. I think more flyers would be cool. Just kind of, change it up a bit. That way you can get those little air battles. I think that's what, kind of makes the game a little unique because I mean, I don't know if there's any flyers in Overwatch. I think there's a couple, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me.
I don't know off the top of my
I
head.
don't know off the top of my head, but yeah, I kind of like that Marvel Rivals has like, oh, we've got like air battles going on. It gives us a little bit of level over to Kelly. But yeah, Human Torch looks good. I think the thing is gonna be meta because of some of his abilities.
Yeah.
Look just insane. I think he's gonna be really, really good. And I love that they just basically made him the opposite of the Hulk. Like the Hulk's kind of like bigger, slower, hits like harder, and they just made the thing fast, quick hitting, and just basically, I'm just gonna charge you.
They made him like a true bruiser
Yeah, I
in
know.
games.
Yeah, it looks so good. Um,
Fast, strong, but then he's also got like the whole like you can't move him
I know
aspect of it too.
I saw that passive ability. I was like, that is gonna literally be game changing. That is awesome. And I'm like, as a Bucky main who has abilities that knock people up, um, that sucks for me. But hey, I'll have to work around it. Um,
And real quick, there is someone in Overwatch that could be classed as a flyer,
Okay.
but it's more so a jetpack, so they can't just stay in the air.
okay,
the
so
whole
they're not
time.
okay. It's not like their base movement like Iron Man and Storm
Yeah.
and Human Torch where
Yeah.
they're always just flying. Okay, all right, good to know. That way the comments don't come for me and call for my head. Be like, there
Yeah,
is. It's like, okay, I don't know.
I needed to throw that
Yeah,
in
a little
for
bit
the
of protection for
comments.
me.
Yeah,
He'll protect me
yeah.
when it comes to Marvel Rivals, but if I say for 1 second I like Advanced Warfare, no, he sicks the comment section. I mean,
No,
says, get him.
no, no, no.
It's like,
Comments, you already know what to do. You already know what to do.
Greenwald, get that guy.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, we can take a look at the patch notes here. I mean, we'll start off. Obviously, I mean, you're talking about it. The Iron Man buff. Um, you were talking about the Unibeam. His Unibeam did get buffed. The base version and the Armor Overdrive, his E ability, did get buffed. The base damage went from 120 a second to 140, and the Overdrive went from 180 to 190. So yeah, Iron Man got buffed. Um, they did buff Iron Man, but they also did nerf the Gamma team up ability. I think I can find it right here. Yeah, Gamma
I just want to
Charge.
say 140 a second is basically 2 seconds of shooting the unibeam at Human Torch and he's dead.
That's
Hence why I rage quit, probably.
that's insane. So, but the Gamma Overdrive, um, it reduced the Unibeam damage from 220 to 200, and then the Hulk's team up anchor health bonus from 150 to 100. So it really did only affect the Unibeam, it seems, with Iron Man, which is his kind of main thing to win your 1v1s. Uh, um, we got a surprise guest there.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think that's nice. I really like Iron Man's like my favorite superhero, so I've been looking for more reasons to play him, and it seems that they kind of buffed him to make him better on his own without using the Gamma Charge, because I feel like that was kind of like people really only picked Iron Man when you had the Hulk team up, and now it's nice to
Yep.
see that he's viable by himself.
The real question is, were you an Iron Man fan because of the comics or because of the MCU?
Well, I was 9 when the MCU movie came out, so that it was 100% the MCU movie because I was only 9
Okay.
and a child. But
Yeah. Because Iron Man
I have read some Iron Man
statistically,
comics.
yeah, Iron Man statistically is not the best-selling comic, but because of the MCU,
MCU.
it has boosted his popularity.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and
And now he's your favorite, I guess.
well, hey, when you're
Even though you're a
9,
Bucky main.
when I have yes, I'm a Bucky main because Bucky's good
All
and
right,
I
we
fit
got
better
it
to
in
that
on the
hero.
stream. We don't need to dive
But
into it on the pod. We'll stay on focus
that is
here.
something
But
we can talk about later. But another big thing that kind of happened with the patch notes is strategist alts got nerfed kind of across the board. Not every strategist alt got touched, but the main ones were Adam Warlock, Cloak and Dagger, Invisible Woman, Loki, and Luna Snow. Really, all they did was they reduced they increased the amount of XP you have to get in order to throw out those alts. So like Luna Snow went from 4,000 to 4,500, the energy cost. Loki went from 3,400 to 4,000. Invisible Woman 4,000 to 4,300. Cloak and Dagger, they got a little bit more. It went from 3,400 to 4,000, and then also each segment no longer stacks. So it's only doing the same amount of healing regardless.
which I feel like is justified because if you had any healer and a Loki, you can just
Double.
double Invisible Woman alt back to back fights.
Mhm.
Luna Stone alt back to back fights.
And Adam Warlock, it seems that his ult wasn't effective, but they increased the damage of quantum magic from 55 to 60, and additionally the damage fall off at 40 meters will be changed from 50% to 60%. So they increased the damage fall off, but they increased the healing amount by soul bond from 10 seconds to 15. So you get a little bit
I've
more
never seen
healing.
a good Adam Warlock, so
You know,
maybe this will bring him out.
I've had a couple that are decent. I think a lot of people struggle with the alt and where they
Yeah,
revive not enemies, revive your teammates, because sometimes they're just in not great spots. and where you're kind of out in the open because you only come back with 100 health, and I mean,
And you'll get it back after a second or two, but it's also the fact of the last Thursday and today when I've played, I've had Adam Warlock's res be out in the middle of the
right in the
open.
middle
So
of the
it's
open. Oh god.
I die, I get resed, and then I die immediately again. So
Yeah.
it's like,
That's never fun. And I know as when I'm playing Bucky and I see that I have an Adam Warlock, I'm always listening for the voice line because I'll know I can just save my ult as soon as they're popped up in a group. I hear Born Again, I go, oh well, time to hit Q, and then just
mhm.
pop a three piece. So
Yeah.
but yeah, it's nice to see that buff. I am loving the changes to the support alts, making them come out less frequently because there are a lot of times where, good lord, I feel like I see 4 cloak and dagger alts in like one
There's
roundabout
been times that
fashion.
I've seen Cloak and Dagger ult like every other fight or every
Yeah,
fight.
it's just it was a lot. And Cloak and Dagger, when I mean, their pick rate went up significantly once they added that fourth dash. And because that was a huge change because there initially was only 3 dashes,
Mhm.
but then season one gave them a fourth dash, and it was just like, yeah, there's no reason to never not have a Cloak and Dagger on your team because their ult was very strong. So nice to see a little bit of balancing changes there. Hopefully we don't see as many um, support ults every fight. I like to call the Luna Snow ult the nobody dies for 12 seconds ult. Because
Mhm.
that's essentially what it is, unless you have an Iron Man.
The only yeah, the only thing with the healer ults too is now that they're all like significantly like increased, it may get rid of the 3 healer meta.
The 3 healer meta. I actually so okay, funny thing about the 3 healer meta. I actually watched a video the other day, going over guy was looking at the percentages for team compositions. Um, and yes, the 3 healer meta does have a pretty good win rate, but it was not as good as like the 2-2-2 or the 1-3-2 meta. Ironically,
Yeah.
across all ranks, the 2-2-2 and the one Vanguard, three duelist, two strategist composition actually has a little bit of a higher win rate
Mhm.
percentage than the 3 healer meta. So not that the 3 healer meta is bad, it's just statistically the other two are better. So
Yeah. The only thing with the 3 healer meta is you're losing out on that damage.
yeah.
So if you have like a Luna, a Cloak, like you can have pretty decent damage between those two. But
Hmm.
like outside of that, there's not really a super good like damage dealing healer.
Yeah. And I think really we're kind of experiencing the 3 healer meta a lot in the lower ranks only because we don't have hero bands. I feel like once we get to higher ranks where we can get those hero bands,
I
um,
don't think that's a rank thing
you don't think it's a rank thing?
or like a rank problem
I mean,
because
I wouldn't say it's
it's the
necessarily a
3 healer comp
problem.
is basically it's not a get kill comp. It's not a uh it's just a stay alive comp. Like
That's
it's
yeah,
it's a stall comp,
yeah.
and no one in our ranks targets the healers enough to counter it.
To
So there's no so we just lose to people not countering
to preface
them
our ranks,
because no one switches in our rank.
we're stuck
They'll
like
lock Moon Knight and then just play Moon Knight the whole time and drop five damage,
we're stuck
and then blame their healers.
in kind of that gold one plat three, because we've been kind of losing the teammate lottery
We've had
a
two
little bit.
bad back-to-back bad
We've
weeks.
had two back to back bad weeks, and I know. Listen, there was validation that I'm like, do I? Because I'm like, you sit there and you go, am I really like a gold player? Or I had validation on Thursday. There was a guy who came into our stream. He was just chilling. Uh, the username was Ulrich. He was a Grandmaster 3. And he's watching us play, and he's like, how are you guys in gold? You're like hitting all of your shots. I'm like, just wait. Just wait. Watch. Just watch.
Yeah,
And then I think we had a Venom C9 leave the point, and we lost like a, convergence like 3-2. And I'm like,
yeah.
that's how. That's how. So, but I mean, hey, we at least don't have to worry about the seasonal reset. There was no seasonal resets with the mid-season update. There was originally planned to be a mid-season update, but then they decided against it after there was a little bit of community backlash. We talked about that in the last episode. Love to see that change because it was a really good response from the developers. But yeah, I mean, new heroes. We've already talked about them a little bit. Thing in Human Torch. Like you said, you kind of played around with Human Torch a little bit. Um,
Hmm.
I want to know where you thinking that these guys are going to fit into the meta.
I don't know if Human Torch will slot himself into the meta, but I
Okay.
think the thing will,
Okay.
because I think the meta is going to be kind of same type of healers that we have right now,
Mm-hmm.
but the tanks is going to be probably a swap out of Hulk and a swap in for Thing,
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Really?
Just because I feel like from what I've seen of the Thing, like I've said earlier, I've not played him. He seems like he kind of beats Hulk out most times.
Well, yeah,
But that also could be that he's a new person, so
that's
people
true.
aren't playing him as much.
That
But
is true.
the immovable like passive of the Thing, I feel like is going to be a big thing just for like not countering C9s, like just like being able to stay on a point, not being able to get pushed off by an invisible
Yeah,
woman or like a hooked off.
yeah. So if you guys don't know, the things we're kind of talking, we can talk about his abilities right here. Um, Normal attack is his left click is Rocky Jab. It's just a jab punch. It's a really quick, rapid punch forward. Right click is a charge shot. It's a stone haymaker. So you hold your right click, charge it up, and it's like a bigger, basically like a charge attack, heavy attack for melee. Um, Left shift is the Yancey Street Charge, which is you guys kind of saw it in the trailer. It's a charge forward. So he charges forward and then he launches up enemies while he's doing that, and then you leave behind a zone that actually and you leave behind a zone at the final position that prevents the use of mobility abilities. Um, his E ability is embattled leap, where you jump towards an ally and apply damage reduction to both of you. So basically, kind of like Mr. Fantastic, where you can jump to an ally and you guys kind of both get a shield. But the big thing we're talking about is that passive unyielding will, where the thing is immune to launch up, knockback, and other displacement effects. Good
He can still
lord.
get stunned. He can still get like Luna Stone froze. He can still get webbed by Penny and stuff, but he
Yeah.
just can't be moved.
Which is insane. And I was kind of seeing, because I'm kind of looking a little bit on I was looking on Twitter and stuff, and I saw someone say like, "So is he just immune to Wolverine? Because technically, the Wolverine dive,
Yeah,
I would imagine that. I mean, that's a displacement ability. That's a grab. That's essentially a command grab. Um, I mean,
and
I
that's
don't.
also one reason why I think the thing's going to be meta.
Oh yeah.
He can't be a tank that gets kidnapped.
That's which is crazy. So definitely gonna be like a hard counter to Wolverine. If that's like we'd have to do some testing, but I mean, it sounds like the from the description here, um, that he would in fact be immune to kidnap, as well as I'm assuming he's immune to the Bucky hook. Then,
Yes, because
oh,
that's a move.
good lord,
He's immune to the Spider-Man web too, so
goodness,
Spider-Man's can't web him off the map.
goodness, yeah.
I'd have to like go through all
Yeah,
the heroes and
yeah,
abilities, but
because I
yeah.
mean, like the obvious stuff like the Penny ult, he wouldn't be able to be knocked up. The Venom ult, he wouldn't be able to be knocked up.
Hmm.
Woman can't be pushed or pulled. Moon Knight Onk can't be displaced. So when Moon Knight pops his ult and then throws the Onk to put people into the center, he won't be moved. I feel like he also could just dash out of it. Like thing is gonna
And
be
one thing you didn't mention about the alt with the whole unmoving thing, it's going to be really good against healers specifically. Because if you think about it, the healers have most of the mobility moves.
yeah,
Raccoon, he's got his dash. Luna's got her passive ice skating.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're going to be stuck in that alt.
Because he can just charge. Because I think
Hmm.
that's even the left shift. The left shift just is where you kind of just run at your healers and then leave that zone behind, and then they're all just stuck there. Because Rocket won't be able to dash out. Luna Snow will probably be slowed. Uh, yeah, I didn't think about that. That's Dude, that's crazy. That's a
Yep.
little insane. Not gonna lie. I mean, it might not be as insane in game as we think because again, the sometimes the
And if you
descriptions, but
and theoretically, if you combo it with the Invis woman, her bubble that she throws out, since that
yeah,
sucks people into it and like brings the
wow,
flyers down to the ground,
yeah,
you could combo those two abilities. So her bubble and his alt, and just it could be basically a Groot alt at that point
that is
with just those two
that
abilities.
is crazy. That's actually yeah. I mean, there's some insane combo potential. Yeah, I definitely
Hmm.
think out of the two heroes, after seeing them and after reading the description of their abilities, I think the thing will be kind of like you said. He'll slot a little bit more easily into the meta. Um, because we've essentially got another dive tank here,
Yep.
and that's kind of cool. Human Torch though, Human Torch has some good um, abilities. You've already played him a little bit. Um, Flyer, uh, is now something that I saw because I was watching the streamer preview with Necros and Tim Tatman and stuff like that. Necros was saying that the fire cluster, his left click, is a really kind of like it's hard to use because
The
of
left click, that's his default use.
yeah
It's not shotgun esque, but it gives shotgun vibes.
yeah because it's a
Because if you're pretty
projectile.
far, yeah, if you're pretty far, you can kind of see the particles spread out.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to be kind of like medium range
Okay.
with him, but it's not that hard to use.
How's the wind
It's
up on it? Because he was saying the wind up not that
it's
bad.
fine.
Because he's saying it
No,
could
it's
it could have
the
just been a
right
result.
click. The right click is super slow,
Right click.
which
Okay.
the right click puts those little fire bubbles down that he can then connect
With the yeah
after the fact.
for flame
That
prison,
windup is
pyro
super
prison.
slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know he was saying that like it felt like there's a really slow wind up with um the left click, but then he also was saying like this could be a result of because they were playing on super high ping against developers. They were on like 160 ping, so like it could be a result of that. But
Yeah.
he was saying that it could potentially be a little bit tough to use just because it's like a slow wind up shotgun that's also a
It's like
projectile.
yeah, it's I want to say it's comparable to the speed of the Iron Man, his
Okay,
default.
his default okay
Yeah.
comparable, but maybe not like exactly
It's not exact, but it's very very close similar feeling.
okay. Okay. Um, but yeah, so like say left click fire cluster basically a shotgun esque type thing. Left shift is plasma body. It's not flight like Iron Man, but it's a
It's slower
quicker
than Iron Man
yeah.
too.
So it's like a good it's a movement ability that allows you to kind of just move. I think it just gives you like a slight move acceleration buff.
Yeah.
Um,
It's good for getting off spawn. It's not really good for like running away. Like Iron Man you can use his dash to run away.
mhm.
His
um,
it's not fast enough to do that really.
Okay. Okay. All right. Interesting. I mean, like I said, you've got the hands on. I gotta get my hands
Yeah.
on the Human
Yeah.
Torch. I'm excited to play it though.
You shoot me the oop and I'll slam dunk it for what
Yeah.
I've experienced for
Okay.
you.
All right. Blazing Blast. The right click, like you said, that's the one that hooks into Pyro Prison. There,
Hmm.
it's an AOE effect. You put it on the ground, and then with Pyro Prison, if you connect at least three of them, I saw it will create a flame field that everything inside of
Yeah.
it does tick damage. Um,
It would be good on Dom and it's good for like so I used it on the Wakanda map
okay.
and we were escorting and I used it to counter a Cap American from contesting because I
Okay.
would just put it on the point.
All right.
So it's like it's it's so slow to the point that it's basically only for like
Area
uh
denial.
area denial rather than like actually putting out damage
Okay.
because every time I would try to target someone with it, they would be like on the outskirts of it and be able to get out of it
Hmm.
by the time that I could set it up.
And I think that's kind of what that ability was um, like marketed as, like an area denial kind of effect.
Hmm.
Like it seems like the Human Torch himself is almost set up to be area denial, so you can cut off pushes and like really capture people in choke points. I think so. Flaming Meteor, the F ability, which is the dive, um, slams right into the ground. I saw that in the trailer. I went, "Oh, that's gonna be very useful." Um, and I know it does actually come with Blazing Blast, where if you hit one of your Blazing Blasts, the right click on the ground, if you hit it with the dive, it does a little bit of extra burst damage. Um,
Okay. Whenever I tested it, it didn't seem that good because
okay.
in the new event you have to do 1,000 damage with it.
Mm-hmm.
In like 2 or 3 games I got it, I'm at like 700,
Okay.
and that's like purposely like intentionally doing it every time I
Okay.
could.
Yeah, that ability did seem like more of
So
like a situational,
yeah,
because you are very exposed after you hit it, because he
yeah.
doesn't have that quick get out. Um,
He doesn't have the quick good out, and then every time I had used it, if it's a solo person, I could get out pretty easily. But if
okay.
I'm diving like 2 or 3 people and like try to up the damage amount that I'm doing,
Mm-hmm.
people are just they're getting that little bounce back that they get, and then I'm getting targeted.
Okay. I'd seem
So
like almost like it would be good for a like finishing off, like chasing somebody. Like
yes,
someone's
yeah.
low health, they're
hmm
running away, you're hitting them to chase and get like a like secure a kill onto a healer or something like
It'd be
that, or one of
good
the
too, I think,
minions.
with a Magneto, if you give the Human Torch your bubble, and
Okay.
then he dives in and gets targeted by people.
Okay. Yeah, because then
Get
you'll
some
get
ult charge off of it.
yeah. That's yeah. So I'm excited for that one too. Speaking of alts, how's the alt, man? Because the alt looked really cool in the trailer. The
I may not have
supernova.
been using it right. I don't think I was using it right.
How are you using it?
Uh, I would use it, and then it didn't look like it was doing anything.
Hmm.
But then I figured out eventually you have to use your right click after you hit it,
Oh, to throw
and
the
then that's
tornadoes.
when you get the tornado.
Tornado. Okay. So it
Yeah,
was user error on this
yeah.
end.
User error.
User
It
error.
seems like it ups your fire rate a bit too.
Okay. That would
Uh,
make sense.
but like it's not one of those that is just like a storm that it's like, oh, you hit it and then you can like it's pretty easy. It's actually an ult you have to kind of like
Like aim and
use in
use
conjunction. No, it's a ult you have to use in conjunction with your abilities
to up.
to
Okay.
give it that boost.
Okay. Which, and again, I think in the trailer it looked a lot. His kit is very area denial esque.
Yeah.
I don't know though if it does kill through cloak and dagger ult. Um, I
I would
think.
guess not because Cloak and Dagger you can only really kill her in her ult when she's doing that pause.
Okay. Well, I meant more like if uh her teammates are standing on the healing zone, if it kills
Oh,
through.
oh, I don't know with the new nerfs if that's
Yeah.
happened. I haven't played against the Cloak yet.
Yeah, I think that again that's have to be something that we kind of test out. I think it might if it's like you're catching someone who's low health and just going in there, because I don't know how quick the tick of damage is from the fire tornadoes.
Yeah.
If it does kill through healer ults, that'd be actually kind of fantastic, because I think we need a few more heroes that can kill through a healer ult other than just like Iron Man, because I think as
Yeah,
Iron Man
and
right now is the only DPS that can straight up kill through like a Luna Snow ult and a Cloak and Dagger ult.
mhm.
I don't know about any other heroes that.
Magneto can do it through a Cloak ult too,
Okay,
but it's like
you
it's
have to like
not DPS.
hit. Yeah, it's true.
And you have to time it between her pauses of her lane,
Okay, all right.
and that's when you can kill her.
Yeah, hey, it's always nice though to when you get new heroes to kind of shake up the meta, and it's fun when we get to go test things. It's like, ooh, I wonder if this works. I wonder if this works.
It's also nice that this game came out with what 32
Yeah,
people.
now we're at 36.
Yeah.
So a lot of variety there. The team up ability is something that I wanted to talk about too, because this is the first team up in the game. It's the only team up in the game that affects ults. So the team up with Human Torch, he obviously has a team up with the Invisible Woman. All the Fantastic Four do. They get that that shield
hmm
ability. Uh,
That shield, yeah.
but he has a team up with Storm, to where if you both activate your ult. You both have to activate your ults at the same time, and there's a couple
hmm
buttons to make it easier that you can press. Um, once Human Torch throws down a tornado, one of his fire tornadoes, if Storm runs through that with her ult, she gets a buff to her lightning tornado. It becomes a fire tornado. It lasts
Yeah.
longer, does more damage, and it's bigger.
You also don't need to run through it because I played Storm once with a torch and he did his alt, and looking at one of his tornadoes, there was a prompt for me to alt,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I already had it like that then.
Yeah. That's one of the buttons I think. Because if you activate them individually without doing the prompt, I think you have to run through it. But I think they were saying like if when Human Torch activates it and you get the prompt, you'll spawn like right on top of it and already get
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So
you spawn on top of that tornado that I prompted.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's that's really cool. And I again in the trailer seeing that I was like, did Storm's alt just get affected? And it was like, oh my god, we have the first team with the affects alts. Um, the balance,
I didn't notice a super difference either though.
well, obviously, again, visually looks a lot more busted than it actually is.
Yeah, yeah.
But I thought it was cool because I was like, oh, that's cool. You can affect alts, but I'm like, how are they going to balance that out? Turns out you both have to be using your alt at the same time,
Hmm.
which is, I think, a fair balance. Where it's like, if you're going to get a buff to the alt, you both have to be using it because that would be insane if he could just throw down his right click and she could get the team up from it. I feel like that'd be a little crazy.
Yeah.
But
I don't think it's a buff, yeah, but I don't think it's big enough because Storm alt's already kind of OP
yeah, that's
by
what I was afraid
itself.
of, it being
But like
more OP.
it, Storm ult by herself, she can get like a 3 or 4 pretty easily if
Hmm.
the team's grouped up.
Okay.
The I don't. It may just increase, like you're saying, it increases the damage, so you'll be able to get those kills a little. So it's like either way, I'm getting those 4 kills.
Hmm.
Speed doesn't really matter at the
Yeah.
end of the day
Uh, yeah.
because I hear a Storm ult and I'm hiding in a corner
That's yeah. That's
around the.
yeah.
You can kill my team, but I'm alive.
Yeah. That's yeah. That's same with when I hear a Wanda ult, a Scarlet Witch ult, I just duck in a
Yep.
corner. Which she
Hmm.
also got a
Yep.
buff to that now too. She gets an
Yeah.
extra 100 health when she pops it. To
Yeah.
increase her
I hug a
survivability.
wall.
Yeah, I hug a wall.
I hug
There
a
were a
wall.
couple times where it's like I had the ability to get a kill on her. I got her like in the last match that we had on Thursday, because of like she popped it. I was half health, and I just happened to be there to get the kill. But most of the time, I'm like I'm just hiding behind a wall because I feel like it's a
Hmm.
lot easier to just hide behind the wall rather than try to go for the kill. And especially now, she gets 100 health on popping it, so that's like that's gonna be more of a duck
I
and
don't.
cover for me.
I don't feel like it's a big difference.
I think it's enough to influence the
I feel like
decision.
you may not be able to kill her as fast, but if you catch her when she pops it,
No,
it's still such a long wind up that you should be able to kill her.
that's true. Again, I'm still gonna retain my duck and cover because I feel like it's just easier to do that and then just collapse. But if I get the opportunity to kill a Wanda, I will. Like I said, it's definitely situational. New map though, new map as well with the update. The Central Park has come out. This thing looks awesome. I totally didn't realize we were getting a new map. I totally didn't. I thought we were only just getting the Midtown map. But yeah, new Convergence map. You're storming Dracula's castle,
Yeah.
and
It's dark map, their castle, and then the escort on it is a giant squirrel that has a unicorn.
I love that though. I love that. That's crazy.
It was I saw that thing when it first like dropped after we captured the point, and I literally did it like I walked around it and just stared at it.
That's awesome
I
though.
was I was in awe about how ridiculous it looked.
I know too. There's a little bit of an Easter egg, because Blade is in this map. He's in the
Oh,
story. He's been captured by Dracula, um, and they like you can see the Blade model hero that's been leaked to be coming to Marvel Rivals. And I think that
where's that at? In one of the spawn
I
rooms?
think it's in one of the spawn rooms. I
Okay.
believe it is in one of the spawn rooms. But yeah, Blade is in there. Obviously we saw him in the opening cinematic when season 1 launched. Here they had that thing where he was captured by Dracula. So that's kind of to more allude that he's coming in season 2. I mean that's season 2 speculation. To be honest, they can go anywhere from this. But you played the new map. You said it was dark. How does it play? How does it play for you? Because
Uh, I storm ulted and I went off a ramp.
How did you fall? I saw you. There's the up to the castle. The like the drawbridge.
Yeah.
The one side is a
Yep.
pit where you die. The other side you can climb back up.
Yeah. And that's what I did. I saw people kind of jump over to the right of the drawbridge, so I was like, "Oh, I'm storm alting. I'll go over there too with them." And lo and behold, there's a hole.
Oh,
So
that's
that
great.
wasn't the best,
That's great though.
but otherwise the map's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because the reconstruction on it isn't like the normal maps where it's just sort of like a green phase.
Uh-huh.
It like kind of morphs itself back
Oh,
up.
that's cool.
And if you get stuck in the morph,
Oh
then
no.
you can get like stuck in weird like hidey holes
Oh
of
no.
like that you would not even know that existed.
It's like when the game first came out and Ninja got full boxed on the Yikes map. Did you see that clip?
You can get out of that though. If you
Yeah,
destroy
he
the
did. Yeah,
destroy it, you can get out.
yeah. He was just. I mean, obviously he was up playing it, but it was kind of
Yeah.
funny. I'm like, oh, that's hilarious. I love that. Um, yeah, that's cool. It makes me wish I had played a little bit for the podcast, but your boy woke up late today. So, but I mean, this game they seem to be kind of killing it with their content updates. If
Yeah.
if I'm not
Well,
mistaken.
I it's I don't want to say it's easier than most games because like Overwatch situation, they're creating lore,
Right.
creating new characters
Yeah.
for each new person, and then like Marvel's already pretty
Yeah. You've
established, so
got
you can literally just open a comic book
Hulk.
and be like, that guy,
Yeah.
and put him in the game.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's part of why I think the game works too, is because
Yeah,
you don't have to kind of create.
established
Yeah,
IP.
you've got established
Yeah,
IP, and it's. I mean, that's what everybody's been saying and talking about when the game first came out, because all those conversations like, oh, the game's gonna die within a month. It's like, no, they've got Marvel. It's one of the largest IPs ever. So, but yeah,
jump back to episode 3 where Jinxie said this game was only going to last a month.
yeah, Jinxie did say that. We have been proven wrong. 100%. Been this game's gonna last years.
Yeah,
If they keep it the
if
right
they keep
going.
up with what they're doing, then
Yeah,
yeah, it'll last
I mean
years.
it's been such a banger of a season. Um,
Two maps, and 4 characters each season. Yeah,
yeah,
easy.
especially with like if they keep this formula of every 45 days putting new characters into
Hmm.
the game. I think that's. I mean, I don't even know the math on that, but that's a lot of characters in 1 year of a game.
Yeah,
So,
and they're also doing like events too,
yeah, I
pretty
know.
regularly. They did one for season 1, and now they have a second one for 1.5,
1.5.
and you get 2 skins if you complete both of those,
Which is
basically. So,
awesome. Awesome to see. I mean, we
and then they
love
had
that
the
type of
Jeff event too for Christmas. So
yeah.
it's like,
Which that was in season 0. The game had just come out, and then 2 weeks later, like here's a Christmas event, which is like,
mhm.
dude, that's insane. That's awesome. Like obviously, like you don't really ever expect that when something's in like season 0, but it's like no, we have a little thing for Christmas. I'm like, that's cool. The amount of free stuff that you've been able to earn in this game is crazy, and talking about like the free to play model, this is a free to play model that has been completely done the right way.
Yeah. Well, it's a free to play model that's got good skins, but then it also offers additional free shit.
Yeah,
So,
it's nice to. It's just a breath of fresh air in
yeah.
the gaming world. I think that's what we've been waiting for, especially with I don't know. We'll speak a little bit on the. Have you seen the new COD season 2 mid update that's coming out? Probably not.
I turned on Scum's stream for like 10, 15 minutes before the pod, and
I think he's just
it
playing
just
around.
looked like COD to me.
I don't think it's out yet, but
Oh, okay. Well, then I didn't see the patch notes because, like
well,
we've gone over, I don't pay attention to COD no more.
the big thing that's coming out is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are coming to COD.
Why? Why?
In
Why is Snoop Dogg? Why is Nicki Minaj in COD? Why?
Snoop Dogg makes sense because they've been doing it since Ghosts, and I think he actually plays and
Okay,
streams. But
okay, way back in Ghost,
way
why?
back, but each turtle is a separate bundle.
Oh wow, so they're milking you for money, is what I'm hearing right
Plus,
there.
they're doing an event pass, but then they're doing the same thing like they did with the Squid Game, where there's a premium event pass for an extra $10.
Oh
So
wow.
in order to get everything, $90 for all 4
Where's my
bundles.
udders at? Because COD is trying to milk these people. I
Like,
didn't know I had udders.
bro, like $90 for skins
$70 game plus $90 for all of that. No.
plus a $40 Black Cell
Milk me
battle pass.
dry. Milk me dry, Activision.
Yeah. I mean that begs
Milk
the
me
question of
dry.
like, well, no, it doesn't beg the question. COD should go free to play, but that's an
Hold
episode
up.
for another may have found something for his gamer rant.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah.
He did. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are going
Yeah.
to be doing. We're all right. We're doing a new segment, but we're going to start every week. We're calling it the gamer rant of the week because, to quote T-Pain, "We gamers, man, and sometimes we just need to rant." So every week we're gonna just pick something to rant about. Rant for 5-6 minutes. You know, these could be valid rants. These could be nitpicky. They could be silly. We sometimes we just want to be angry. I have something that's got me mad this week. I think Mike just found something that got him mad for this week. He discovered it during the podcast.
I can't find it. I was gonna try to find a cow filter to put on for the rest of the pod, but I can't figure out how to do that. So,
oh man.
Yeah.
Well, when we eventually do an episode about the free to play model, we'll make sure to get you a cow. You should just get a cow costume. You should just get a cow costume
instead of the Zoom like blurred background. I'm just gonna have a cow filter, or like the potato streamers that exist.
Yeah,
I'll
just be a cow. Okay.
Well, whole pod. I'm not gonna add anything to what you're saying. I'm just gonna moo at you.
He's gonna moo. Great. He's gonna make me do 50 minutes of me talking to a cow. We'll see how long. Oh my. All right. For my gamer rant of the week, mine is Marvel Rivals based. So what's got me mad this week is, listen. Okay, when we're loading in to a match, right? I get everybody's internet speeds aren't the same. But if you get there late and everybody else is already picked, Phil, just Phil. Because at this point...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're referring to.
Especially if you're the last guy. Like, if everybody else, if we've already gone through and figured out our team composition, and we've already done our picks, and you load in, and you see we only either have one tank or we've only got one strategist left, don't pick a frickin' DPS. Trust me, we've already figured it out. Just if you can't play healer, say, hey, I can play tank, because most DPS we can tank. I have tank experience. I'm working on the healing, but I can tank. So it's like if I need to tank, I can. But it's like, tell someone like, hey, I can't heal, but I can tank if somebody wants to switch me, because most odds are tank players can't heal. Mike plays tanks and heals all the time.
Yeah, I can fill, but I don't get the chance to fill because I have shitty tank players that can't get a kill, or shitty DPS kills, or players that can't get kills. So I'm stuck about heal and not being and can't contribute.
Yeah, but that's my rant. My rant is like, just for the love of God, if you were late, accept that you're late. Look at what the team needs. If you get to play DPS, you get to play DPS. But just you don't come in and auto lock.
My thing on that is
after everybody else is already picked.
My thing on that is, if you're not comfortable playing a role, at least have one person for each role. There's 3 roles.
There's 3 roles.
Name 3 different people.
Right.
Crazy. Venom, Moon Knight, and Cloak and Dagger. There's 3 people right there. You can fill anything.
Yeah. And it's not, you said it on stream like a week ago, like, it's not that hard to heal. You just look at your teammates and left click.
Yeah, there's people that say, yeah, I can't play Luna Stone. I suck at healing. Oh, look, my teammate has critical health.
So...
Wow. They're full health now.
Look at that. Crazy. I did my job.
Oh, there's a guy diving me. Oh, look, they can't move now. What?
I think we... Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's my rant. That's what I'm choosing to be mad about this week. Please, just, like, if you're late to the party, if you're late loading in, man, just fill. Just fill. Stop. You're not gonna frag out as that's Psylocke, because you you've already got 3 DPS. You're picking your the Psylocke for no reason. You're gonna go around a corner. You're gonna die, and then you're gonna yell at your healers, even though you were out of position and you don't realize that you're playing a self-sufficient character that needs to know where all the health packs are. But like, so just for the love of God, pick what the team needs, because at that point, if you want to be able to pick your hero, upgrade your internet. Most of
Yeah.
us that are playing are adults, and we have the money to upgrade our internet.
Or play on the right servers.
That's true. Play on the right servers. Plug an Ethernet cable into your PC, because if you're playing on Wi-Fi wirelessly, why?
Yeah.
Figure it
I don't
out.
know.
When I was in high school and college, I drilled a hole through my floor to run a 50-foot Ethernet cable across my house because I didn't the Wi-Fi connection through the floor was really really bad. So I mean, you don't have to go to that extreme length, but
Yeah,
maybe
that was
consider it.
pretty extreme.
That was
You can
pretty.
just get power line things you plug into the walls and it works fine.
No, I wanted the most direct route possible, so I took a drill,
Okay.
drilled through my
You do you.
floor,
You do you.
and ran a 50-foot Ethernet cable across my house. And you know what? After I moved out, my brother and sister fought over that room because they wanted the Ethernet cable. So I was the smart one for that. But yeah, that's my rant. Mike, what do you got for yours?
For my rant, I'm gonna require a little bit of editing. Okay.
Okay.
I need you to cut in to just me. Okay.
Okay.
Just me. You don't get to be part of this.
Okay. I'm not part of this. All
Yeah,
right.
you're not part of
I'll
this.
shut my
Okay.
mouth.
Yeah. And oh, I can't go handheld. I thought I could go. You know what? I'll come to you. Activision. Stop putting out shitty bundles in a shitty game and expecting us to buy your shitty fucking game over and over again. I know there's fucking people out there that are just like, oh, Call of Duty. No, stop it. You're gonna lose people like that, and then you're banking on the fact that you're just gonna have little Timmy buying whatever with their mom's credit card. Stop. Your game is trash. Uninstall Activision. Uninstall. I haven't played your game in years because of how shitty COD has gotten. Bring me back to the golden era of COD. That's all I have.
You you good? You good there? But oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm almost crying. That was
I'm
funny.
fine.
That was so good.
I'm fine.
Oh, that was that might be
Fuck you, Activision.
that might be the clip. That might be a clip that goes up on the TikTok later. Oh, we're gonna love.
Yeah.
That's awesome. No, I can agree. It's pretty bad, even though I did buy COD this year. But
No. Yo, where's my cow filter at though? Milk me more, Activision. Come on, dude.
oh man, yeah, your rant was definitely a lot more.
Yours was more like talkative, but mine was more direct.
That was a rant.
I needed to
vent.
speak directly to Activision there.
He's like, you listen.
Audience, and you aside, me and Activision were talking there.
Oh man. Well, that has been the gamer rant of the week. I think we're definitely going to keep this segment around. It's been fun. But also, new and upcoming games. We're going to kind of preview new and upcoming games because, yes, we do talk about gaming news in general.
Even though mostly it's been about Marvel Rivals,
It has mostly been about Marvel Rivals.
That's what's got our attention so far.
That does have our attention. But what might have our attention
lately.
here in 2 weeks is another FPS game coming out on March 6th called Fragpunk. This game's coming out 2 weeks. If you guys don't know what it is a 5v5 tactical shooter like Valorant, like Spectre Divide, and except you've got each round, like you can see on the screen here, these cards that affect, they provide different effects for the round. So some of them, there's like, you can see right here is big head mode. They cause your opponents to have really big heads, so you can get easier headshots. You can have small head, which makes your head smaller, so your opponents have a harder time getting headshots. You get to see weapon morph, a lot of crazy stuff. It seems to be like a hero shooter with a lot of crazy kind of effects. I think their mantra is to bend the rules. I kind of saw Shroud playing this game, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks kind of cool." And then I saw some videos and I went, oh man, that looks really, really cool. But yeah,
It looks like a better Spectre Divide.
it honestly does. Which is ironic because Shroud was part of the Spectre Divide development, and now that game has like 200 people playing it. But yeah, March 6th,
Yeah.
2025. It's free to play, coming on Xbox, PlayStation, and Steam. We will definitely be playing this because this game looks really good.
I will definitely be playing it and not buying a COD.
Mike won't be buying a COD. Um, yeah, this will be a really interesting thing to kind of play. I love that it's got a very bright art style. Um,
Like
and
OG CODs.
OG CODs, and well, OG CODs weren't really that bright.
Okay, OG
Black Ops,
Black
like
Ops titles.
Black Ops 4 was like really the colorful one, and like Black Ops 3. But I think the solution to like FPS games,
But not recent CODs though.
not recent COD, I think the solution really has been like people want not like we don't want the realism, we want the unrealistic
Yeah, it's an arcade shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Fragment comes out March 6th. Gonna be really, really cool. Um, yeah, that'll be fun. Another game coming out here as well is Split Fiction. Now, this is not an FPS title, actually. It is a platformer. It is created by the same team that made It Takes Two. I believe you're playing as two authors who both write two different types of fiction novels. One writes sci-fi, the other writes fantasy, and you are going to be going through. I think they get trapped in their books, and you're going through the levels, and you're trying to get out, and you're going to be able to experience kind of. It's another like a platformer storytelling narrative kind of type of game, and yeah, this one looks really cool. This one also comes out, I believe, on March 6th as well. So that's why we kind of have it grouped with Frag Punk. Yeah, those are the two new and upcoming games that are coming out in the next few weeks. There's a lot of good games coming out in 2025, and I think we're really gonna be. I think this is definitely the year of gaming. I don't know. There's a lot of good stuff that's been coming out. That's
I don't
been.
know. COVID made everything take a drastic hit.
I think
So
yeah.
I hope this is the year of gaming.
I think though that we're finally kind of getting back to like the industry has almost kind of recovered a little bit.
Yeah.
And this game definitely looks again bright, colorful. Looks like it's got some good puzzles, good storytelling. Um, I think actually this might be a game that maybe me and my wife will play together because I know we're actually finishing Grounded. Uh, we've been looking for a new co-op game to play after that. But those are the new and upcoming games coming out here in the next couple of weeks. Um, we'll have more for you guys next week. And yeah, so I mean that has been what an episode. What an episode. We have talked new stuff, upcoming stuff.
We've talked directly to
We've
Activision.
talked directly to Activision. Yeah, it's been a gosh darn good one. Again, thank you everybody who is coming to the streams. Don't forget we stream on Monday through Thursday from 10:30 in the morning to noon Eastern Standard Time. We're there every day. I'm there all 4 days. Mike's not there on Wednesdays, but we're there. We're playing Marvel Rivals. We're still on that grind. We're having fun. Please come to the streams. Ask us about, what do you want to see from the podcast? You can come slander me about liking Advanced Warfare. I'm gonna keep that narrative going because I know Mike likes it.
If you say anything about Activision doing good with COD, I will hit you back in the comments. I will comment your comment.
He will.
Don't worry.
He will. He'll get feisty.
I have a deep hatred for Activision.
But yeah, please come to the streams. It's a wild time over there. But yeah, that has been One Shot. I have been CM Boom. He has been Mike Shaky. And we will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Bye, Activision.